Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Minecraft. Now this is Stanley Parable episode 2. If you didn't watch the last episode, then go ahead and do so. If I remember, the link will be in the description. We're just going to go through all of this. Well, we went through all of this in the last episode, so go ahead and do so. I'm just going to
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Alright, now we've done this bit before.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
We're going to go on to the next
Something
ending,
that
because I
would
believe there's two
forever
endings in
change
this map.
Stanley.
Not all of them are there,
Something
so
he would never
we're just going to have to
forget.
listen through these for the
He
people
had been
that
at his
didn't
desk for nearly an hour
see the last
when he
episode, so-
realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself
They
and
overlap.
constantly
It's
needed
really
support and guidance from
weird.
others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Okay, gonna go through, and there should be to some doors like you can go down at some point. These dispensers have nothing in them at all, so it's pointless me actually going this way. You can't run on this
When
map.
Stanley came to a set of
I'm gonna
two
go
open
this way.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go
This was
way,
not
'cause
the
last time
correct
we went-
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Maintenance. Doesn't that take us back to? I'm not gonna go that way. Just gonna keep going this way. I don't know whether that's.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Ooh. Now, before I go through like a place that looks completely different, I wait until the current narration is finished because they could overlap like you heard earlier, which is annoying. Ooh. Ooh. This is kind of creepy. Just a little creepy here. I've never actually played the game. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you want me to play through the actual game? Stanley Parable game. I might do that. It seems like quite a good game, to be honest. Just a bit of a mess up game. But here we go. Pow.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the hell?
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their
Maybe.
life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Please press out to continue. I have. Okay. I'm pressing at. That is the at. There's 1 and 2 there, which is the American one, and there's the British one, which is there, and it's not working. Oh.
Stanley is quite a boring
Okay.
fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I've got to press it.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Got to press at again.
But in his mind,
I love the
in his
whole
mind he can
It's
go
so
on
cool.
fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
And again.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
This is so cool.
He went further.
Whoa.
He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
And again.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, do you get it? You get
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Gonna keep this up.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Okay.
And I'm trying to tell him this,
Oh.
that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, I won't. I'm not gonna do it. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna go through. See? Now this is gonna be like some sort of secret elevator that after a certain amount of time, alright, what it would do is take me through into I don't actually really know any other place, but it doesn't seem to be working. The temptation's gonna get the better of me. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I
Oh. Is that the ending? Okay. Well, by the looks of it, that looks like that's another ending. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Stanley Parable. There's only 2 endings to this, so that could be it. Unless there's a new update. As you saw in the first episode, this is actually beta, version 1 of the Stanley Parable beta. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments whether I should play the actual game itself, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, all of that stuff. All of the actual things are on the screen, like at Karazygaming, and then facebook.com/Karazygaming. Then there's also links in the description, just for you to click them, and it'd be much easier to do so. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, let me know in the comments whether you want me to play the actual game, and I will see you later.